Welcome back, listeners. This is the Hit Pause Podcast, episode number 85. I'm Iman. I'm here with my co-host. His name
is David.
Okay, not bad. Not bad for once.
I knew you were testing how quickly
that was
I
average.
could come in with
Yeah,
that
it's like every time I throw it at you, hoping that it's going to be like super smooth and clean.
Yeah, well, for everyone thinking it's just the delay, it's not me. My brain does work.
Yeah. Actually, even on the outro last episode, I actually edited out a little bit of silence between when I say like goodbye and you say bye.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. I'm like, oh, this pause is just too much. It just doesn't work.
Yeah, just when you can like fade it to black, just do that for me. Just like
yeah. Right, well, as usual, this week we're going to be talking about what we've been up to on YouTube, and we each have a pick of the week. And I feel like I've got a good one for this week, so definitely stay tuned for that. But let's start off.
To be clear, we're never competing about who has the better two, right?
No, absolutely not.
Okay.
My God,
right,
no,
cool.
That's not what. That's not at all I was saying. I was just saying.
Okay.
My pick for this week is likely to be something that you will want to watch, whereas that's not always the case, because we don't pick them based on that. We pick them because they're pick worthy, right?
Yeah, because my one's in front of yours. I'm just assuming that the listeners will click mine first, but I just wanted to make sure there was no, rivalry going on.
Okay, well. There wasn't, but now you've said it. You're kind of making me think like maybe you have some rivalry going on. So I hope are you good? Are you?
No, I'm good, bro. I'm good.
Okay, interesting. Okay, slightly worrying, but okay. Yeah. So let's start off with our time watched for this week. Mine. Hadn't checked mine before, but gone a bit weaker than last week. 19 hours, 12 minutes.
19.
Yeah,
just not enough for that milestone.
Yeah, that 20. Did you? Oh, wow. Okay, that's good. Yeah, very nice, very nice. Have you ever ticked the remind me to take a break setting on YouTube app?
No, but I am curious how it reminds you. I bet it's like a small little message in the corner that you just don't even notice. Or does it just shut the app?
You can actually set the timer. So remind me every 1 hour, for example. Well, I mean, God, no. That sounds awful.
Yeah, but do you know how well it does it, though? Is it going to pause your video and, be an annoying alarm?
Okay, I'm going to test that, and we will come back to you next time. All right.
I really wish that you tested it and you couldn't untick it after that.
Yeah. Oh my God, that'd be annoying. So what have you been watching on YouTube this week?
Well, you know what? I don't know if you've ever had this situation, but what made up for at least 8 of those 20 or so hours is I binged watch a video game walkthrough.
Yeah, that can happen. That really does inflate the numbers. It's nice though to get that because it's something you can just keep coming back to. It's nice. What game was it?
Yeah, but for most people, it's a brand new game or a brand new watch, so that it's fresh, it's new. I am guilty of watching this playthrough. This is the 4th time that I've watched it from start to finish.
Wow.
And it's 8 hours, 17 episodes, about 30 or so minutes each. And I went to bed. I started watching on Friday, and I actually went to bed halfway into it at 7:30 a.m. I went to bed 7:30 a.m. the next day.
What? What? Oh my God! Wow.
I don't know why this. So the game is Beyond Two Souls. It's I think we may have talked about a David Cage game before, but it's basically a game that you just you're working with the characters and you just choose options and then it changes the story. I guess it's one of those role playing games, but not really a game. It's more of a interactive movie, I suppose. And it's just three guys, super best friends, which is a YouTube channel that doesn't exist anymore. They've stopped being best friends.
Oh, it's the super best friends, right?
Yeah. So it was like 6 years ago, and I watched it then. I probably watched it, like every year and a half. I just go back and I just watch it from start to finish, and it is always more funny and hilarious the next time I watch it. I don't understand how to describe it, but it's the inside jokes, the references, and the just going through three people hate the game they're playing, but hate it so much that they find it funny.
Okay, this actually sounds pretty entertaining. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, I don't know why, but it works on me, and their humor is definitely me, especially in this series, because like they've done loads of other walkthroughs, but this is the perfect balance of like, it's me in a nutshell. But yeah, that was 8 hours of mine.
Damn, okay.
And it doesn't even feel like it went down the drain. I'm quite happy I revisited it.
Okay, I mean, hey, fair enough. I quite like that.
I'll put the first episode in the description for anyone who's curious. Maybe more so for people who have watched a game walkthrough before. I can imagine that would be quite different to somebody who hasn't. But if it's your cup of tea, give it a try.
Okay, I like it. Nice. All right. Well, I've actually found a few new channels this week. Like not just one, but a couple. So the first set of things I've been watching is some sketch comedy, and honestly, like these guys are actually hilarious. So there's a couple of channels. One is Krazam, and another is Joma Tech. So they both do very like techie based nerdy sketch comedy. So there's one.
So it's actually tech based.
Yeah. So,
interesting.
Krazam, for example, he does this one where he's pretending to be like an esports streamer, but the game that he's talking about playing is Excel, and he's going on like, the big championships next year. I'm gonna be pulling out my macros. I'm gonna be,
in like a little post or press conference kind of thing.
Yeah. Well, like it's actually his stream, and he's talking about like he goes through like the patch notes of Excel, and he's going like, man, Microsoft, you don't respect the professional game. How much do we esports players bring in for you each year, okay? And you come in here and change the encoding on the ISO specifications? Things like that.
Oh, man, those patch updates. Oh, boy.
Yeah.
Flat a nickel for every time they happen.
Yeah. It's really, really jokes. It's really funny. And then he's got a few other I mean, that's my favorite one, which I'll link in the description. Yeah. But he's got a few others as well that are all pretty funny. Like there's one where it's him. I can't actually remember what it's called. It's called like The Perfect Day or something, and it's just done in this really cheesy. It's called The Hustle, and it's done in this really cheesy kind of cliche way, like 6 a.m. Wake up, have my morning coffee, go for a run, time to go to work. Things like that, and it's about his day, his like optimized day and what he eats and stuff, but really just taking the piss out of people that are like that. Really, really funny. And then the second one, which is similar in vibe, is Joma Tech, although he does a lot more non-comedy stuff mixed in. So the best thing to do with him is just sort by most viewed and go and check out some of the comedy ones, because the other stuff is like interesting if you're looking to get a job in the tech world, but
okay, right, so he's got a variety. But...
so he's got one. Have you ever seen American Psycho?
Bale's movie, right?
Yeah, and there's that scene with that really famous scene with the business cards.
Oh, okay, yeah.
So he does it. They do a version of that. And by the way, his voice for Patrick Bateman for Christian Bale is so spot on. He gets it so spot on. But instead of the business cards, it's all these programmers, and one's like vaping on the side, and they all pull out their keyboards instead of business cards, and they're all these like just black keyboards, super simple, and they're like new keys. Those are Cherry MX Browns, and the Switch. It's really funny.
That's a good find. How did you find them?
I don't know. When I say I don't know, it basically means I found it on the homepage. That's the way it goes,
okay.
you know. But yeah, I that XL one just nailed it for me. That was too good, because I know like what the esports streamers are like and how that all works, and then I also know about the XL stuff. But either way, it's hilarious.
Man, you're so lucky, because like your homepage like gets you, you know.
Yeah. Although I mean I made a video about this, but yeah, it does go through patches, and I must say, like today and yesterday, it's been a bit of a bad patch, and I've not found anything interesting on there really.
Yeah, no, actually, you're exactly right about patches, because like the next thing that I was gonna say that I watched was another gaming related like video. It's like I really so it's a YouTuber called Mystic, and he basically just covers anything from, you know, PlayStation news to updates, as well as like the games he plays. And something about the guy I actually really like. He's unapologetically like a gamer. Like, you know, like a lot of people who do have the camera in front of them, they kind of cover it up by either making it look like, oh no, this is my job, or I'm not really into games, I have a bit of a social life and whatnot. This guy is like plain and simple, this is what I do. And he did a 30-day challenge where he was trying to complete 100% in terms of like achievements and all of that you can do in a game. And he was not leaving the house. He was indoors, eating cereal, getting up, playing the game. And like, if you can manage to squeeze some hours to sleep, or try and do 2 games in a day so you can get some extra rest, he would do that. And I was so glad that I saw that video, because he was actually a bit inspiring to me. I ended up completing 3 games myself after watching it. But then this all came from the homepage, because I was watching 17 episodes of, you know, basically gaming videos. And my homepage is just in patches. One set of days it'll be about this until I watch something else, and all of a sudden it's forgotten about games.
Do you use the little filters at the top?
It's because I'm always on my phone. I don't see those filters. Oh wait, no.
I see them on the desktop. They recently added them to the desktop.
Okay, yeah, but on your phone, those little filters are already, you don't choose them, they're all related to the stuff I was doing anyway. But I imagine the desktop is way better.
No, it's the same. It's the same basic feature.
Really?
Yeah, it's the same feature. Like, it's just, here's your kind of recommended categories, and you can select to just view that category kind of thing.
But mine are so lame. Like, my first one is Super Best Friends. Like, well, yeah, okay. No, obviously.
Yeah.
That's all I've been watching. And the next one is games. Like, yeah, again, I know.
Yeah.
It's not breaking me out of it. But
okay.
If I start watching, vlogs, all of a sudden, that's all I want to see. So it needs help, at least for me.
Okay, fair enough. Well, there's actually a bit of YouTube news to mention as well. But PewDiePie has come back to the YouTube platform for live streaming. He has signed an exclusivity deal with YouTube to only live stream on their platform.
Do you know for how long?
I mean, I don't know. Maybe it's a year-long contract or something. But it's interesting because so what happened with his live streaming career was he was kicked off Twitch. And then subsequently kind of kicked off YouTube Live as well. And that was obviously when there was all the big controversy. But then last year, he signed an exclusivity deal with D-Live. Do you remember?
Yeah.
Which was like...
I don't know how... Because I saw a few, but I don't know how often because obviously with these contracts, I'm sure there's like a minimum streaming hours.
Exactly, but that's the thing. Like he
remember
barely
him
streamed
being on it so much. Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
he barely streamed because I signed up to D Live just to watch his occasional stream and notifications and everything. And yeah, he barely ever streamed. So I'm curious if the YouTube streaming is going to be more stringent on minimum number of hours or whatever. But yeah, I mean he streamed for a while the other day. Just did some like Rocket League and a few other random bits. But he's kind of
not bad.
Yeah, I don't know. He's got you're only gonna get, he's not that used to live streaming, and as a result, is like not that good at it. He's not very smooth with it. He's not good at reading
it's not
chat.
his natural. Yeah, it's not his forte.
You've got to get better at it, and the only way you get better at it is by streaming more. So I hope he does keep up with it and does stream more.
Yeah,
but,
because there's obviously a lot of people who have become, I mean, obviously with all these new subs, have become fans of him now, like in the past 3 years. So like for him to start something new and fresh, everyone has this high expectancy that it's going to be like perfect and like the best and what they needed. But he's just new to it as a lot of other people.
Exactly. And the first stream was like far from perfect. It had so many issues.
Oh, was it?
Yeah, just like technical issues setting it up and everything. But it was still a decent stream. I watched a bit. But then I switched over to watching more Lyric, who I really enjoy watching. Yeah, so what? Oh, so the next thing that I've been watching, that I watched on my list, I guess this is more YouTube news actually, but Susan Wojcicki gave an interview with Hank from Hank's channel.
Oh, yes. Of course,
I don't know if
you said there was a highlight some days ago, and then
yeah,
they did the full thing.
They did a little highlight a few days ago. Then they did the whole thing, which was maybe an hour and a bit long.
Not bad.
So I watched the whole thing, and firstly, I don't know Hank. I don't know the channel. I wasn't too keen on his interview style. He kind of kept talking over her, which was really annoying. And he also didn't really kind of press too much. It was like he was talking over her to agree with her. It was like, but I mean,
so it wasn't even like useful talking over.
It wasn't. Like, yeah, so it was like
I'm in control.
Yeah, it was just like pointless, and so that was a bit annoying. But I mean, regardless of that, it was still a decent interview. It was quite interesting what she was saying. So they spoke a bit about TikTok, for example, and I think he asked something on the lines of, "What do you want to get from TikTok? What have you learned from what they do?" And she said mobile creation. So mobile creation is what TikTok is really good at, which makes sense, right?
Yeah.
Because usually YouTubers will set up a camera, put it into their editing software, do all the stuff, and then upload it. It's like quite an involved, lengthy process if you want to have a decent quality channel. But TikTok, it's like, boom, grab and go, just quick videos, minimal editing. And YouTube isn't that good at doing that. But if they did get good at doing it, they could really increase the number of new videos being posted.
Exactly. And I don't know why they haven't done that. Like, swap the whole stories thing and call it something else and do it in a way that it could be like an alternative video upload thing.
Yeah.
Portrait,
I agree.
Easy studio feature within the phone and just bam.
Yeah, and just exactly. And then the viewers can come in and say, "Hey, I just want to watch these quick little videos for now. I don't want to go on
the same person I'm subscribed to."
Exactly. Like that would be nice. You kind of supplement your standard videos with little either clips from your videos or just completely original content. That's nice.
It's like Instagram and Instagram TV. It's like I know we don't talk about Instagram TV anymore, but IGTV is still a thing people upload to nowadays, and it's like it just serves both purposes without being that much extra effort.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Yeah, I wish they would do something like that, but hopefully they will. We'll see. But besides that, it was just kind of a lot of sort of same old sort of stuff.
Yeah, the same questions we probably all ask, and then the responses we're all used to.
Yeah, I mean it was decent interview, and I was happy with most of her answers.
Yeah.
I would have liked if he pressed a bit more on some of the questions, but you know, hey ho.
Yeah, you can only ask so much to her.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, there was one last thing. Is I don't know why I find it funny, but you know that rapper Tekashi 69. So I've never really fully understood how trending works, but I think it only hits after 24 hours. Must be why, because I know the trending thing is still iffy when it comes to music videos versus regular videos, but it does treat music videos quite favorably. Yeah, I'm sure if it follows the same algorithm, maybe that's why. But basically, this guy comes out of prison, makes a song, and he hits 30 million views in 17 hours, and then it wasn't on trending, not even in the music tab. Then as soon as it was 24 hours, then it was number one trending. It still is now with 50 million or whatnot. But yeah, I just found it weird because, again, for music, you'd think there's some people out there who just come on YouTube for music, they're not full on YouTube users, but almost every comment was, why is YouTube not making this song on trending? Why is YouTube not making... I just was baffled by the amount of people that cared so much that it wasn't trending. Yeah, it was everywhere. And some of these, I even opened some of those accounts, and they're not even their own channels. They're just people who made an account and they just watch music. They have music playlists, that's it, no subs. So it's you're not even a YouTube user, but you seem to care about this trending feature. So the only reason why I brought it up is I'm baffled that I feel like I'm out of my zone giving trending a tab. Meanwhile, there's people in this world that trending is everything to them.
Yeah, but if it's getting views anyway, what is the problem? It's so wow. That's crazy. That's really interesting, though.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
Okay. Well, that brings us to our picks of the week. Do you want to go first, David?
Well, I suppose mine is better, so I will go first.
Wow, wow, you're really going in for this competition thing. My God,
I really shouldn't with the YouTube I have today.
I'm not getting involved in it. Okay, it's your business. Your competitive nature is your business. Okay, I'm not competing.
I'm sorry. It's all this isolation is making me crazy. That's all.
Exactly.
Well, you're gonna love this because I found this YouTuber off what? Trending.
Wow. Okay. Oh my
God. So she's not a big one. Yes. She's not a big one. Her name is Julie. I think I'm pronouncing the surname correctly. Nolke. Just a Canadian, basically sketch comedian, kind of like the person you were talking about with tech videos, although hers is more what we're used to. So it's usually just the simple titles, but then with her Paul Rudd kind of low sarcasm kind of humor, which is a nice touch because she delivers it very well. I think if I was to recommend her, it's definitely you got to have a bit of a taste for just crude, over the top, long-winded jokes, and that's kind of her style. And the video that made her trending was she did a pandemic video. So she's only got, well, at the time I saw this, she had just 170k subs, but and her views are usually around some as low as 30k to 300k views. But then she did a video that kind of just basically went above and beyond. It got 6 million, and it was basically just a pandemic video, which I actually thought about once, but here's me never putting my ideas into fruition.
The explaining the pandemic to my past self.
Yeah, so she just did a little sketch of her future self coming maybe a year later, so a year from now, or maybe a couple months, I can't remember, and just saying, yeah, you should probably prepare for the virus thing. It's easy concept. We could all imagine what the jokes would be, but she does deliver it in a way that is, above and beyond what I would do, for example. So she definitely has a talent. She's also been in a couple episodes of like regular TV, but yeah, she's just an up and coming sketch comedian that I was glad that I came across, and I kind of binge watched like a good 10 to 15 episodes. They're quite short, easy picks, so I quite happily recommend it.
Damn, okay. Pretty cool.
Yeah.
I will check it.
My favorite too.
Just skimming the channel, it doesn't fill me with a lot of hope, but I will keep an open mind.
Yeah. You may not fall on the floor laughing, that's for sure. But some of them are, it's one of those. It's like there's a time of day for it. I would say this is a Sunday YouTuber for me.
Interesting. Okay. I mean, the video she's got on her homepage of her channel. When you buy adult toys online, brackets funny. So those brackets,
that thing.
No,
I am glad you pointed that out, because I was going through a lot of titles that I mean, maybe every 6 or maybe every 7 videos there is that, like, with the star, like, ironic, or like it's like,
I can't believe this happened.
I don't get it. It's It's
okay.
such an old way of trying to grab attention that I thought we don't do anymore.
Yeah, I thought we were past this. She doesn't do it too much, though, in fairness. But
yeah. When I notice it, you notice it,
Yeah. Okay, well, my channel for the week is a very chill channel, I would say. It is called Food Insider. And I would hazard a guess that almost everyone has been recommended one of their videos at least once, because they do very, it's very, very clickable kind of stuff. But so their basic thing is they talk about food. So they'll go to a factory of Liam Perrins and find out how Liam Perrins is made. It's always kind of tends to be, very historic kind of processes and things. So Liam Perrins, it's been made the same way for however many years, hundreds of years or whatever. And it's really, really interesting. So it's lots of, how it's made. It's lots of details of the, processes of things, and also just kind of famous pieces of food. So, for example, they go to the a mochi shop. So mochi is this like Japanese kind of squishy ice cream dessert type thing. It's not really ice cream, but the squishy dessert type thing. And they go to LA to this really famous shop there that's been there over 100 years to see how they make it. Or I watched one today that was about like proper cured ham, jamon iberico. I know it's one of your faves, David. But
is that my Christmas treat?
Yeah. But it's like they go and see how the best of the best version of it is made. And it's crazy. It's so interesting. It's like these pigs that are purebred, and they can only have 2 pigs per hectare or something like that. And it's just detailing all the process that goes into it and all the history behind it, and it's fascinating. And the presenter I really like as well. She's got quite a thick accent. I don't actually know where she's from. I want to guess Italy or something like that, but I know she speaks at least French.
So it's not for those type of videos. It's just like, even if they went to a different country, I know you're talking about ham, but if they went to a different country, it's still the same presenter?
Yeah, well, not all the videos are that presenter, but she does the, there's certain videos where that is only her doing. So the ones where they go and see the processes of, the oldest cheese or whatever, it's usually her. That's the like regional eats. That's the regional eats
Oh, like category or like playlist. Or,
yeah. Anyway, I'm going to link some videos in the description, but I really recommend it. They're very chill videos. They're extremely interesting. They make you hungry. It's a good presenter, and they're just very well made. You know, it's kind of TV quality. You know, it feels more like this is an old school TV show, but like a good one. They've got 2.1 mil subs, so it's reasonably big. But yeah, it's really a great channel.
I'm actually glad you mentioned that because I wasn't too sure how far off like the Tasty channel this was, but obviously there's a clear like difference.
Yeah, and there's other ones as well where they go and eat, you know, the best tacos in LA or whatever, and
okay, of course,
man, it really makes you like especially right now, man, I want to go out to eat so bad. I want to go to a restaurant so bad.
Oh man, food channels are doing well right now, aren't they?
Because for real.
People are clicking more so because they miss it.
Those and any travel channels that are still active, like Bored and Bankrupt that we talked about last week.
Yeah, exactly. yeah.
All right, I think that about wraps us up for this week. Definitely check out our picks. All the links will be in the description. And you can email us.
Including 2 more bonus ones that I'll put in there. Ooh. Poppy did a Pokemon song.
Which is I saw that in my feed. I didn't
Very random and out of nowhere. And I also got a cinematic chill. My new thing is watching BMX freestyle.
Ooh, so that is fun to watch. That is fun to watch, actually. But yeah, you can follow us on iTunes, wherever you get your podcasts. You can email us, hitpausepodcast@gmail.com. And thank you all for listening. We will see you next week.
See you next week. See, I did it.
Yeah.